Good afternoon and welcome back to the workbench. So today, well actually 2 weeks ago, I decided to play a little bit of AliExpress Roulette and I ordered these items here. Now they've just turned up today. Well, one turned up today, the other one turned up yesterday, which is all in all pretty fast compared to a lot of the stuff I've bought from there in the past. So that was quite useful. So a good start there, fast delivery, hopefully it's actually in good condition and what I paid for. Now, I can tell you by the size, they are correct, and these are in fact, well, the listing described them as junction boxes, electrical junction boxes, which I suppose is a fairly not inaccurate term, but I would say instrumentation cases is a more likely name. Anyway, they're basically boxes that you can put projects and things in, like this one here, and this kind of stuff. And they were somewhat cheaper than the ones you could buy from J.K. These ran me about $20 each, and the biggest one from J.K. you can buy about the same size as $29.90. So free shipping and at 2/3 the cost, so not bad. These are also made of steel instead of plastic like the J.K. ones are, which is an added bonus if you want shielding and stuff like that. So I thought it was probably a good idea to try it, and I thought, well, I have a couple of projects I'm working on which I'd like to put in some boxes, and I need something quite large, and these were a pretty decent option. But the question is, have they actually survived getting here? And has in particular one of them, the one that just came today, has it survived the courier man throwing it at my doorstep. But having parcels chucked around all the time is pretty common for the postal service and basically happens continuously, so that's why I would tell people if you're going to send something you have to package it well, because it's inevitable that it will get thrown around and dropped and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully these have survived. One of them doesn't rattle. I think it's this one. Oh no, this one does rattle. This is the one that got dropped today. This one probably got dropped yesterday. In fact, they probably all got dropped yesterday. But anyway, let's have a look and see if they're any good. So, like I said, they are the correct size and approximate weight, so that's a good start. Let's have a look inside and see what they're like. Now these things are, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your chromatic preferences, according to the listing, these are in fact a light blue, or sort of white plastic parts. Now they described, I guess, as a light blue, kind of like this, if this shows up on the camera correctly. Now, in some photos left by feedback by people who'd bought these, they were a darker blue, but that could have just been their camera. I do hope they are a dark blue, because I don't particularly like the light blue colour scheme as it was in the stock photos, but hey, I guess I can always spray paint them or something if they're really terrible. But yeah, not the best colour scheme I'd personally go for. But hey, anyway, let's have a look. See what they're like. I guess the colour scheme isn't really important. I don't know why that scheme is chosen. Seems to be, I think, seeing like pictures of Chinese factories and stuff like that, it's kind of blue seems to be quite a common colour for bench tops and instruments and stuff like that, so I don't know, maybe it's just a popular Chinese thing. Anyway, let's see. So we got the typical sort of foam wrap stuff that so many Chinese products come in, and some bubble wrap. Yeah, look at that. Well, that's definitely a box, and it is actually quite a nice blue. It's I don't know if you can see the difference there, but it's definitely darker than this, and yeah, I actually quite like that. So that's nice. yeah, if it's hang on, let's get that out of the way. So let's see. Only one thing I'm noticing here. There seem to be no panels for the front and back. I'm not sure. What's up with that? Because as far as I could tell, the listing did describe it as having front and back panels. They... That's kind of annoying. I mean, you could always like laser cut panels and screw them on anyway, but if there's no panels, it's kind of annoying. Let's see. Well, it's arrived in pretty good condition. The corner here has got a little dent in it, but it's nothing major. I mean, you can probably see that there. I don't know. It's a small sort of scuff mark, but nothing nothing terrible. The other side's got another bit there in the corner, but very minor. I mean, what do you expect for something shipped halfway around the world and just this, basically? It's kind of surprising that it's as good as it is, but yeah, that's quite nice actually. I do actually like the colour. It's a lot better than I expected. It's like a minor, very minor. I don't know if it's a dent from shipping or if it's actually a dent from just manufacture. I don't know. Yeah, certainly certainly pretty good for the price. So you've got two screws on the sides there. So I guess you unscrew that. This top will come off as one separate piece, and then the panels would screw on to the front there. You've got a screw hole in each corner. So this little bit is plastic. That bolts on to this part, and you can screw the panel on there. So yeah, you can easily make your own panels, laser cut, I guess. Like I said, it was supposed to come with some, but that may not be an issue. However, actually, you know what? This one, maybe the panels are in here. I don't know. I mean, you know, I did buy them both at the same time. Hopefully they've put all the panels in this, but yeah, if there's none, that would be kind of annoying. Anyway, it's got feet. It's a pretty nice construction, really. Overall, I think. Quite good. Yeah, let's have a look at the other one and see if it's got any panels in it. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to have to complain, because the photographs in the listing definitely showed panels. So I'm pretty sure of that. Unless I've completely confused myself. I don't know. There you go. I don't call it AliExpress Roulette for nothing. Well, there's some panels there, but looks like there's only two of them. So, yeah, okay. That's interesting. This one's just has some random bits of polystyrene in it. It's just the way the Chinese get rid of their rubbish. They just ship it to you in a box. Okay. Oh, this one's got a barcode on it. Some kind of information there. I don't know, if you're trying to find one of these, maybe you can look up those numbers and might be the official order code. I don't know. Right. Well, yeah, this one's suffered a bit of extra damage on the corner on that bit there, but you know, not a huge deal really. I mean, you can just face that bit on the back. This other side is perfectly fine, so you know, just have this at the back so you can't see it. Who cares? That looks pretty good, I guess. Not a big issue. Stack up quite nicely, and yeah, we've got a couple of panels there, but unfortunately there should be 4 panels, I suppose, because that's what the listing showed. So that would just go on there. Whoops. So yeah, it just screws on there, and you get another one on the other side. No screws there in the corners, but the listing did say it doesn't come with screws specifically, which is fine, but they didn't say that one of them doesn't come with panels, which I think is a mistake. So yeah, I'm going to have to contact the seller about that and find out what happened. Whether they forgot to send them, and maybe I can get them to send them, or get a discount or something. It's quite sort of thin metal, but it's painted pretty nicely actually. The finish is pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect in all areas, but yeah, there's like a little mark there, but you know, for something this cheap, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, the colour is a lot nicer than I expected too, so that makes me pretty happy. Yeah, showing the panels are not there. I suppose, you know, it's arguably, you know, you could use this for a rear panel and custom make your own one at the front, but that wasn't really the point. So I'm definitely going to be asking about those. But yeah, well, the other question is, does it fit these heat sinks? So this thing here, say DC electronic load that I've been working on. You can see these power transistors here. That's definitely big enough for that. So my idea is to have these heat sinks bolted on one of these panels at the back. So that's good. That will in fact fit just perfectly. And yeah, I can have some knobs on the front, obviously. Probably put some fans on it too to get more power out of it. But anyway, let's get there eventually. So I bought one of these for that. And the other one, I think I'm going to put a frequency counter in it that I can hook up to this generator here, because quite useful to have that. I've got one, an old project lying around here. This was one someone gave me, and it just wasn't finished and there was no box, but saw these, they were quite cheap, so I thought, well, I'll use these, one for this thing and one for that thing. So it looks like that'll do just fine, and I may in fact order some more. They also had smaller sizes of this too. These were the biggest ones I could find that were decently priced. They did have larger ones or sort of taller ones that looked more like sort of like cases you'd have on a welder or something, like a MIG welder sort of thing. Or a little sort of narrow oscilloscope that's kind of tall rather than wide like these ones. But those were quite expensive compared to this, even though I think they just don't get free shipping for something that big, even though it's pretty light. So yeah, you can get I think these are the biggest size you get with free shipping, and the smaller sizes obviously. But even though they do have some larger sizes, they were a bit more expensive, over twice the price, although they were larger boxes, and obviously, you know, still probably cheaper than anything you could buy locally, to be honest. So yeah, overall I think it's a pretty good deal. So as long as I can get the actual panels that I paid for, the other two panels for the other box, that will be quite useful. So I might update this when that happens or doesn't happen, and we'll see what happens. But but yeah, as it stands, these are quite nice, and they're definitely a better colour than I expected. So I probably won't be repainting them. I might dye the plastic like black or something, or grey or silver if I can, though. I don't know. I mean, this white is probably going to turn horribly yellow in short order. It's possible, so I don't know. I don't really like white plastic. It just goes off colour too much, and then it looks horrible. But yeah, anyway, something dark, like a dark grey on this would be a bit nicer, or maybe black. I'm not sure. Silver would probably go better with the blue. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling on. But yeah, for a cheap little project case that's pretty nice, I'd definitely recommend these. Yeah, and they're steel or something. Unlike this one. So this is the, like I said, these were $20 free shipping. This case, this is a $30 case. I didn't actually buy this for $30. I bought this second hand for like $2 with half the meter stuff in there, and I put the rest of the power supply together from that. But yeah, like $30 for this case in plastic with no shielding effect, and $20 for something that's pretty much the same width, maybe like 1 centimeter narrower, but it's also taller, and you get the ability to shield things. I suppose if you were to be really paranoid, you'd have to block up this hole and put some tape around the plastic part or something, but yeah, for general sort of use, if you want a fairly well shielded case, I guess, could be quite the thing. So yeah, that's about all I can say about that, I suppose. There's not really much else to say. I'm actually surprised that you know, it's not completely squashed and dented into oblivion, to be honest. I kind of was wondering how this would survive, but it seems like they've survived pretty well. I mean, there's a little... No, it's actually just a blemish in the paint, I think. Yeah, well, these have held up well. I'm happy with that. I'll be even happier if I get my other panels, but yeah, we'll see if that actually happens. Well, there we go. Yeah, that's it. So I'll see you next time.